Welcome back to Career Strategy Forum. This is lesson 1, career analysis and assessments. And I'm going to finish up this half with some more examples of the perfect ideal workday, and then also talk a little bit about some of the assessment tests that are out there that you can access, and many of them are free or have free versions. So anyway, back to an ideal workday example that you might want to think about. So this person pretty much just made a 2-column chart, and on one side it had the times all the way from the time they wake up until basically the time they go to bed. Yeah. So their work experience starts off something like this. So the alarm goes off, allows me to hit snooze once until having to wake again up at 6:30. Then I wake and go to my daughter's room and awaken her to start preparing her for school. I let the dog out, let the dog in, make sure the daughter is up and moving. Then we skip up to say 8:30. I arrive at my desk at approximately 8:30 at my job. This is 5 to 10 minutes variance either way, which is okay. My job is not wedded to hard start times. So, this person is really kind of giving you a descriptive look at their day. Jump up to 11 o'clock. I type in published minutes for the daily status meeting. I complete my to-do list from the meetings, including making 2 phone calls. So they kind of go through, and this is an ideal day. This is what this person wants to be doing. So think about it like that. This is what I want to be doing. So I'm just going to dream up, what the day looks like. What am I going to be working on? What is most of my time going to be spent on? That kind of thing. So anyway, then sometimes I don't even know if the, coming home area after getting out of work is important. But now that I think about it, it really is, because when you talk about work-life balance, you got to have some idea what do you want it to be like when you go home. Do you bring work home and work until 9 o'clock and then grab dinner and kiss your wife and then you're off to bed? Is that, so it could be a variety of things. But so this person, again, and it's up to you if you want to just do the day from the time you get up till you get in the office and you start working and you get done. But it probably is more beneficial to do the whole day. So so again, I'll come back in a minute to some of those different areas that I wanted to speak of on formal assessments that are out there in the marketplace. Actually, we can do just a little bit of that now. So was mentioned briefly that there are several career assessments that individuals can find useful in determining their career path. And some examples are the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Some people call this MBTI. This assessment categorizes individuals into one of 16 personality types based on preferences in 4 dichotomies: extroversion, introversion, sensing, intuition, thinking and feeling, judging and perceiving. It can provide insights into preferred work environments and career paths. Okay, so I don't know if there's a free version of Myers-Briggs out there. I have to double check that, but I think there's a sample version that you can use. But basically, if you want to purchase this and really get in depth about your personality based on your answers, you have to pay for that. So the Strong Interest Inventory is an assessment that measures an individual's interests across various fields and occupations. It can help identify potential career paths that align with one's interests. So, these things, again, if you look them up, you can probably find some sample version, trial version, but otherwise they are probably a little bit pricey. The Holland Code, also known as RIASEC, this assessment categorizes individuals into one or more of 6 personality types: realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. It helps match personality types with compatible careers. So there's just several out there. Locally in the Philadelphia area, you can get a career assessment through the Career Link system. So if you go to any of the career links in the area, you can sign up to get an assessment done. And then you can find free ones online too as well. But they are critically important. So keep that in mind as we go forward. So I think that's probably the best way to look at it. One of the personality tests that I'd like to talk about that I know for sure definitely has a free version is called Truity, Truity, and they have personality tests for business, and they also have personality libraries and a bunch of things you can see on their site. So again, they do online and in-person sessions, and you know, they have a free personality test that'll show you which of the 9 personality types suit you best. See how you score for all 9 types and understand where you fit in the personality system. So, for instance, they start off this free test by saying things like you can either, this can be inaccurate for you or accurate or somewhere in between. So things like I strive for perfection. I work hard to be helpful to others. It's important to me that other people like me. It's important to me to achieve great things. So again, they give you statements that you sort of weigh and score by how relevant they are to you. But there's 11 different areas that they cover in there, and I don't think, see if this will let me get, no. You have to go through all the question types. But anyway, go check that out because there's 16 personality types tests that is very similar to the Myers-Briggs. Even though it's not called that, because they probably would get sued if they did. Okay, so they talk about it. Yeah, okay, discover the 16 personality created by Myers-Briggs. So they show you that here. Type Finder personality test FAQs. How long is a personality test? So this one is 130 questions. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Is it free? Is it accurate? So let me read something about what it says about being accurate. This test has been researched extensively to ensure it is valid and reliable using a variety of statistical methods. These results are detailed in the Type Finder technical documentation. Most of our users describe their results as both accurate and insightful. However, it is important to note that no test can determine personality type correctly for everyone. It's essential that you evaluate your results on your own or to decide if they describe you well enough and research other possible types as necessary. So, think about it that way. Yeah, so Truity.com, Truity.com, and in business, how to test your team, how to test your clients. In their library, they have things like the Enneagram, Enneagram test, the Myers-Briggs, the different types of tests and all that. So there's a dish you can purchase as well. But I use that sometime, and I recommend people to go there because they have that free version, and at least gives you something concrete that's based on research and other people's events and activities. So, that's good. Okay, before I start talking about consistent themes from the various exercises that you've participated in so far, I want to talk a little bit about some of the values of having a coach available to guide you as you're going through this process. So a career coach plays a crucial role in assisting job seekers in various aspects of their career development and job search process. Here are some ways in which a career coach can help. So, clarifying career goals. A career coach helps job seekers clarify their career goals by exploring their interests, values, skills, and strengths. They assist individuals in identifying their passions and aligning them with suitable career paths. Also, they can help develop career strategy. So my program is called Career Strategy Forum to talk about just that. So career coaches work with job seekers to develop personalized career strategies tailored to their goals. They help create action plans, set achievable milestones, and outline steps to reach desired career outcomes. It's almost like a strategic plan for yourself. Okay? Coach can also assist with resume and cover letter writing. Career coaches provide guidance in crafting effective resumes and cover letters and other documents too, not just those two, that highlight an individual's qualifications, accomplishments, and experiences. They offer insights on formatting, language, content to make the documents stand out to employers. So as I mentioned in part 3, when we go into developing the job seeker's toolkit, we'll talk about more documents beyond the resume and cover letter that you need in your portfolio. Okay, a career coach can also help with interview preparation. They can conduct mock interviews and provide feedback to help job seekers improve their interview skills. They offer guidance on answering common interview questions, articulating accomplishments, and building confidence. So again, having interview practice, be it with a live coach or be it via Zoom or some other platform, it's something that's probably critical and needed today for job seekers. Career coaching help with networking skills. Coaches teach job seekers how to network effectively both online and offline. They provide tips on building professional relationships, leveraging social media platforms, and attending networking events to expand one's professional circle. Okay? Job search techniques. Career coaches assist job seekers in developing effective job search strategies tailored to their industry and career level. They provide guidance to utilizing job boards, networking platforms, company websites, and other resources to help identify job opportunities. So it's always good to think about that, whether you pay for a coach or whether you get one from a free service around your area. Always good to have somebody to feedback on, bounce ideas off of. Okay? Negotiation skills. Career coaches help job seekers navigate salary negotiations, job offers, and other career-related negotiations. So they provide insight on market rates, benefit packages, and negotiation tactics to ensure job seekers secure favorable terms. And this is so critical. If you don't know how to get in and play ball, you could either get lowballed, which is a term that I don't like to use, but somebody could pay you for less than you're worth if you don't know how to really sell yourself when the offer is made. Okay, we get into all of that during the full search campaign, which is actually part 4 of this. Career transition support for individuals undergoing career transitions, such as changing industries or pursuing entrepreneurship. Career coaches offer support and guidance throughout the transition process. They help navigate challenges, explore new opportunities, and adapt to changes in the career paths. So overall, a career coach serves as a supportive mentor, providing valuable insights, encouragement, and expertise to help job seekers navigate their career journey successfully. They offer personalized guidance and support to empower individuals to achieve their aspirations and their goals. All right. All right, let's talk about some of those consistent themes that I was mentioning that you should be able to pick up after doing some of the exercises in this career analysis and assessment lesson. So after you complete all your lessons, you will undoubtedly notice some consistent themes emerging from your work. And again, you're not required to do all these lessons. If you want to do only certain parts of them, some of them you feel like they're not needed, it's okay. As long as you are able to assess what you want in a career, what you want in your personal life, and being able to mesh those two together to get an ideal situation you'd like to be in. Look through all your answers and begin to identify the words and ideas that are mentioned several times. Find the adjectives and threads that seem to run through your writing and make a list of them. What stands out? What is repeated over and over? What seems most important to you? These are called your consistent themes, and you must make note of them. They define who you are and what you want professionally. So again, these consistent themes will actually point you directly toward your next opportunity and give you a baseline against which to measure future offers. Here's an example of one client's consistent themes. Organizing, researching, analyzing, seeing the big picture, sharing knowledge and information freely, increasing efficiency, transforming abstract ideas into practical results, working effectively on both the strategic and tactical levels, increasing value consistently, being detail-oriented, working hands-on, motivating others, continually improving work processes, thinking logically, solving problems and having a sense of humor. Okay, so that's a pretty long list, but I'm sure after you take a look at some of the things you've written down about yourself over a course of some days or weeks, you can see some consistent things emerging as well. So you will find that these consistent themes are vitally important to your career satisfaction. To the extent possible, therefore, they should be treated as must-haves rather than nice-haves. So again, some of the things that this particular person listed, They want them to be part of their job, detail oriented, working hands on, motivating others. These are things that they must have. So, and it might sound a little, real unrealistic to think this way all the time, but yeah, I mean, it definitely can be done. So some other consistent themes that are important in my career. This is from a different person, and if you could see this, he kind of did this like a cover letter, with the traditional resume cover letter heading at the top, the name centered, address and address and city left, and then contact numbers and email addresses to the right. So this person did a consistent theme just down a list: planning, pleasing environment, variety of tasks, ability to establish relationships, mentoring and advising colleagues, upscale, well-equipped, well-maintained facility, coordinator to outside programs and institutions, opportunity to meet new people on a consistent basis, little or no commute, 30 minutes or less. And so remember, you can keep things like this, your ideal career. Do I want to go to work every day? Maybe in today's world, you want to work virtually. You don't want to, you maybe want to go in the office 2 or 3 days a week, or not at all. So again, something that makes sense to you. Social environment that is pleasant, supportive, and friendly. Flexible schedule with ample time off for life balance. Being acknowledged and respected for my work. Learning environment and continued professional growth. Giving services, equitable pay, and culturally diverse. So I'm sure you can think of, just take a sheet of paper and start thinking of things that are interesting to you and that you would actually look forward to and, want this job to sort of entail, this career to entail for you. Okay, so we pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about for career analysis and assessments. Again, if you need to contact me to get a copy of some of these different documents I spoke about, the preliminary questions and considerations is a key one that I think any job seeker should definitely look at and take into account as they start their search. The values clarification I think is also critical. Birds of a feather, original joys, passions, and gifts. Good to know, good to have. To me, not a critical necessity, particularly if you're of a certain age. You've been out there for a while. You kind of know what you look for in values and what some of your passions and gifts are and skills. First timers, this is probably going to be a good thing for you. We talked about your ideal workday and what that could look like. I think that's also critical too, as you're deciding what kind of environment I want to be in. Maybe I've been in a 9 to 5 for too long, and I want shift work because I want my mornings in. I mean, there could be a variety of reasons that you want to, create some sort of ideal workday. And then consistent themes. Of course, the themes that have played out through all of this analysis, to some of the professional takes, professional assessment that you take online. Again, emerging themes should come out of there, and then you can kind of see, hey, this is what I really want to do. This is what's really driving me to move forward. So, always good critical stuff. Okay, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit since I have some time left to talk a little bit about some overall general principles and ideas about managing your career. So just a couple things and thoughts coming into my head now about doing your job versus managing your career. For decades, people thought that doing their job and doing it well was sufficient to ensure long-term career success, plenty of financial reward and job security well into the future. And so you had this model where there was the job kind of overtaking everything, and then the career might have been in the center at the bottom. And really what it should look like is the other way around. I don't know if you can see this, but it should be the career takes over the part of the circle, and then the job is in there. Your career is everything you've done, everything you're going to do, and then the job happens to be where you are at that particular part of the career. So, in this model, managing your career was only a tiny piece of the picture, something that rarely came into play. When it came time to start working for a time, in the case of parents wishing to stay home with children, for example, or under extremely unusual circumstances, this is when somebody wanted to actually change careers. So remember, just keep that in your head, doing your job versus, a career or managing your career. So again, this is the first lesson in a series of 5 that I have going on in these podcasts. We'll have to see how they work out. I'd like some comments and feedback. I mentioned my contact is Gary at GaryHinesConsulting.com. You can go to my website, which is GaryHinesConsulting.com, and check out all the different programs I have here that I'll be covering here. I also have an online course that you might want to consider taking at some point, and I'll talk about that down the road a little bit. But again, just some other general words. So maybe you are in a career transition. You've been laid off, downsized, unemployed, between jobs, or changing industries. Perhaps you're underemployed. There's not enough challenge, growth, or compensation in your current job. Or you might be fully employed but dissatisfied, wondering if there's something better for you elsewhere, or concerned that you may have made some wrong career choices. Whatever situation you find yourself in, there are proven steps you can take to maximize your opportunities and get the most from your chosen career. I believe that with the proper knowledge and support, you can make your career anything you want it to be. That's what these podcasts and lessons are going to be all about. Let me talk about a couple of common misconceptions about career management, and I'll share some of these misconceptions from my years of experience helping people just like you. So some of them are: the most qualified candidate gets the job offer. Not really. It depends on how they position themselves, okay? As long as I have a job, I don't have to work on my career. Certainly wrong, because you never know when that axe is coming down. My professional education stopped when I graduated from school. Nope. If you want to stay competitive in today's world, you got to constantly upgrade. You got to keep with the flow of trends. What's happening in your industry? Maybe I need that certification. Maybe I need this practice. Maybe I need this additional credit somewhere. You got to remember that. Employees always offer the most generous compensation they can afford. Usually not true. You always want to start off in a range. What is the range of your salary offer? What benefits do you offer? What matching investments do you do for your employees after a certain amount of time? So there's many things that you need to find out about compensation. If I do a good job, my position will be secure. Nope, not anymore. Nobody's positions are secure. I'm just going to leave it at that. My resume is the only document I need to search for a job. Nope, you certainly need much more than that. And we're going to talk about that, as I mentioned, in the portfolio development in lesson 3. So we'll do that. Recruiters will find me a job so I don't have to search for a job myself. No. Recruiters are there kind of like doing what I'm doing. They're guiding you, assisting you, but you have to get your own job. The recruiter is not going to do it. The recruiter can get you leads, do interviews, but then you got to get the job. Employers are responsible for managing my career path. No, they're not. Employers are responsible for either making revenues, hitting sales goals, satisfying shareholders, whatever they need to do, but it's not about your career growth. Not really. Okay, networking is for entrepreneurs and job seekers. I don't need to network now. You always need to network, whether it's virtual, online, if it's posting something on your social media pages, whatever it is, you always need to be networking. Okay? Most good jobs are listed on the internet, job sites, and newspapers. Nope. Most are found in places we just talked about, like networking events. Where can I find these things at? So, common misconceptions about career management. Okay, so these podcasts, my career strategy forum on PhiladelphiaRadio.com, are going to do this for you. They'll give you focus. You'll know exactly what you're after, have clear and specific objectives, and the proven strategies for career success. Okay, you'll also get the tools. You'll be fully equipped for a professional search campaign. You'll know exactly when and how to use each of the custom developed tools in your toolkit, which we're going to get to. From this program, you'll get evidence. You'll have a constant reality check on how you're doing. Tracking your campaign results will tell you instantly where you're stuck. So tracking is very big in everything. In sales, promotion, marketing, you got to track, am I getting the bang for my buck? Am I getting my return on investment? If you're working too hard on the wrong things, and what to do to improve your performance. This is evidence that this program can help you with, and I can help you with. Okay, framework. You'll have a comprehensive, detailed process to follow, as opposed to making it up as you go or improvising your own campaign. It's as close as you can get to working with a career consultant without actually hiring one. So you're going to get a lot of information in these podcasts. Some of it I'm going to keep to the vest, a little closer, because I want you to contact me and maybe we can work together. So that's a key. So in addition to hiring a career consultant, as I said to you earlier a little bit, it gives you accountability. You have someone other than yourself to whom you are accountable. Gives you perspective. You'll get a different point of view on your progress or your challenges. You get feedback. You'll get individually customized feedback both on your strategies and tactics, all right, to make good course corrections if needed. Structure. You'll have a proven step-by-step framework for exactly when to do, how to do, when to do it, and all those good things. Okay, support. You'll have someone to complain to or celebrate out loud with, someone who's committed to your success. The value of a career coach, if you're wondering where we're going. Experience. You'll have a sounding board and seasoned advisor on your team when it comes to interviews, negotiation, and ongoing career success. Been there, done that. Been working me for over 50 years. I've been 50 years working, yes. Productivity. People who choose to work closely with a qualified career coach are far more productive in the search. Ultimately, they secure positions that are a better fit within a shorter time frame. So keep in mind, this is the value I'm going to bring to you, that this course is going to bring to you, that this podcast is going to bring to you. And finally, what I want to cover in this particular lesson 1 is that I had said earlier that the career process involves 5 distinct consulting phases. And this is true, but let's look at it this way. So we're going to separate those 5 processes, or those 5 stages into, those 5 levels or chapters into 2 stages. One is called preparation and research. You'll handle these phases primarily on your own. They involve introspective exercises, research, thinking, writing, planning, and the creation of your job seeker's toolkit. All right? This stage is the inside job, the inside world. So again, we've already just covered assessments. That's part of your preparation, okay, and research. The second part, which would cover chapters 4 and 5, you'll be out in the real world, contacting new people, networking, visiting job fairs, talking with recruiters, interviewing, negotiating, and ultimately landing a new position. This stage of the work is called the outside work, or the external. Okay, the outside job. So preparation and research, internal, inside, implementation and activity, outside, external. Okay? So again, stage 1, preparation and research, you do the career analysis and preliminary exercises, including goal setting, assessment, and introspective exercises. 2, explore, we're going to do that on the next round. We're going to talk about career options and initial job choices. And then 3, the planning and preparation for the transition, including your job seeker's toolkit. So all of this is stage 1, prep and research. It's internal work. It's a lot of things you have to do on your own. And then as we start moving into actual job search, you have some assistance, but that's the external work. So just wanted to clarify that up. So thanks, guys, for tuning in to the podcast here on Philadelphia Radio. Again, I'm Gary Hines with Career Strategy Forum. I'll be coming to you the last Monday of every month for 1 hour from 7 to 8 p.m. on PhiladelphiaRadio.com. And just so you know, they're branching out into a variety of different areas. So stick with this platform. Check it out.